Have you noticed that the more evidence you bring into an argument, the more stubborn the other person becomes? You show charts, numbers, solid logic, and instead of agreeing, your opponent starts believing their nonsense even harder. Why does this happen? In this video, we break down the backfire effect. You'll learn why your brain treats someone else's opinion like a physical punch to the face. We'll tell the story of a cult that expected the end of the world and celebrated when it didn't happen. And most importantly, you'll understand why arguing is often useless and discover a real technique, a mind vaccine that actually works. The cult that refused to be wrong. In 1954, psychologist Leon Festinger infiltrated a doomsday cult that was waiting for the apocalypse. People quit jobs, gave away money, and cut ties with their families, all because of a prophecy. But when the end of the world didn't happen at the predicted hour, something strange occurred. Instead of admitting they were wrong and leaving, the believers became even more fanatical. They decided their faith had saved the world. Instead of accepting failure, they aggressively started recruiting new members. This discovery led to the theory of cognitive dissonance. When reality slaps us in the face, it's easier to change reality inside our own heads than to admit we were fools. Pain inside the brain. Cognitive dissonance isn't just a fancy term. When two of your beliefs contradict each other, your brain experiences real physical discomfort. It hurts, and to silence that pain, we have three options. The first is to change behavior, hard. The second is to ignore the facts, easier. The third and most popular is to invent an excuse. Sure, smoking is harmful, but my grandpa smoked like a chimney and lived to 100. Neuroscientists see this clearly. When your beliefs are threatened, the amygdala lights up, the brain's fear center. To your brain, someone else's opinion is a predator, something you must defend against. Don't you dare tell me what to do. In 1966, psychologist Jack Brim discovered the reactance effect. The idea is simple. The moment a person feels their freedom is being restricted, they rebel. If you push too hard with facts, the opponent's brain screams, "They're trying to control me." Even if you're 100% right, the person may do the opposite just out of spite to regain a sense of control. This is the forbidden fruit effect. The more something is forbidden, the more we want it. We don't resist truth, we resist being reshaped. That's why direct logical attacks often trigger nothing but silent defense. The trap inside your own mind. We all have an internal filter, confirmation bias. We don't search for truth, we search for proof of what we already believe. If you believe the Earth is flat, you'll find one weird cloud photo and say, "See, I knew it," while ignoring thousands of satellite images. This is an ancient psychological defense mechanism. Social media turned it into a weapon of mass destruction. Smart algorithms feed you only the news you agree with, creating a comfortable bubble. We actively remember what benefits us and instantly forget uncomfortable facts. The biggest scientific twist. Now here's the shock. The famous backfire effect might not even exist. For years, people believed facts always make others more stubborn. But in 2021, researchers rechecked the data and admitted that's largely a myth. In about 80% of cases, people actually do change their minds when given strong evidence. We're not hopeless. The idea that facts make things worse became popular simply because it's a dramatic story. In reality, correct information works. If someone wasn't a fanatic from the start, facts pull them toward reality, not deeper into delusion. When facts really are powerless. But there are two rare cases when changing someone's mind truly becomes impossible. First, when the fact attacks identity. If politics or religion is part of your self, then the argument feels like a threat to your life. The brain will fight to the death. Second, the illusory truth effect. If a lie is repeated many times, it starts to feel true simply because it's familiar. The brain is lazy. It confuses familiar with true. That's why even debunking a myth can backfire, because you end up repeating the lie again. Why do we cling to lies? The roots of stubbornness go deep into our evolutionary past. Thousands of years ago, beliefs were about survival. Agreement with the tribe meant food and protection. Disagreement meant exile and death. Your beliefs are your passport into the group. When someone argues with you, they aren't just attacking logic, they are threatening your social status. The brain reacts the same way as if you met a bear: fight or flee. First, defense instincts activate, and the rational cortex, responsible for logic, doesn't even get a chance to join the conversation. A vaccine for the mind. So how do you change minds if arguing doesn't work? Forget frontal attacks. Use the method called prebunking, or mental immunization, like a vaccine. Don't wait until someone believes a fake story and then try to fix it. Instead, show them a weakened version of the lie in advance and explain how manipulation works. This creates antibodies in the brain. And the most important part, listen. The moment you stop pushing and start genuinely caring about what the person thinks, their brain switches off defense mode and begins to hear you. People aren't stupid. They're defending themselves. Here's the good news. People aren't stubborn idiots. We are evolutionarily smart creatures protecting our tribe and status. The backfire effect may be rare, but it taught us something crucial. Aggression in arguments doesn't work. We can change beliefs, but only when facts are delivered calmly and respectfully without humiliating the other person. Want to change someone's mind? Don't try to win the argument. Try to understand them and give them a way to save face. That's the only way to reach reason through the armor of instinct.